Hi everyone! Today I'm going to recommend you some books that I think are worth reading, and specifically it's going to be under the genre of romance. So the first book that I'd like to recommend is, I'm pretty sure, a popular book that you've heard of before. If you haven't read it, then I'm pretty sure you've heard of it before, which is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I really love this book. Not only is the cover absolutely gorgeous and adorable, and Lara Jean is just so pretty, I can't stop fangirling over her, but the book itself is really cute. Especially if you're into teenage romance, high school kind of thing, I think this is like the perfect book for you. Even my sister, who is not a reader, she really enjoyed this book. She feels like it's like she's reading a Korean drama, so I think that's really cool. The characters in it are quite lovable and the story itself is really cute. However, some people don't really like it because of how immature the character can get, but I think that it's actually really relatable because of individuals' own past relationships. I think you could totally relate to this if you've had an immature past as well. So I think this is a really cute book that you all should totally read if you haven't yet. Next, I'd like to recommend Fangirl by Rowell. Yeah, so Fangirl is a really nice read as well, especially if you're at that age where you're about to enter college or you've already entered college, which makes it absolutely relatable in a lot of ways, especially if you're a little you have social anxiety and stuff. I think you could totally relate to it. And the character, especially the male character, he is so adorable. And this book talks a lot about fan fiction. There's also a fan fiction of Harry Potter in it, so some of you might like that. It absolutely opened up my mind about the perception towards fan fiction. Before this, I didn't really agree with it, but after being exposed to this book, I totally understand why people would want to read or write fan fiction, and I totally respect the decision that they would want to do that. I even searched up some fan fiction to read after Fangirl, so yeah, it really opened up my mind about that. Another book that is quite worth the read is All the Bright Places. Now this book, I honestly didn't enjoy it as a 5 out of 5 star rating, but it is still a nice read because it talks a lot about the issue of depression and suicide and basically you know, psychological disorders that a lot of teenagers do face nowadays. I don't think it's a total romance, but it does have a lot of romance in it as well. Honestly though, it wasn't exactly a positive, cheerful read for me, not at all. I actually felt quite depressed at the end of it. So it's perfect for people who love to feel emotions in books. It's quite a similar read to The Perks of Being a Wallflower, in my opinion. You won't feel happy at the end of the book. You just won't. So I got pretty depressed reading it, but it's a nice read. It has a lot of interesting concepts and elements in it as well. So yeah, a lot of people like it, I guess, but it's not exactly my favorite. I wouldn't read it again, but I did kind of enjoy it, I think. So to cheer myself up after reading All the Bright Places, I read Anna and the French Kiss, which totally gave me what I wanted, which was a cheerful, light, cheesy kind of read. It is a very good cliche book, I think, but the title is a bit misleading. There's hardly any French kissing in it. It's just that she's in France and she kissed a boy there, so that's probably why it's called Anna and the French Kiss. People say it's one of the best contemporaries of this age. I don't think it is the best, but it is a nice read, and especially if you've always wanted to go to France and Paris, I think this is a great one to put you into that kind of setting, so this is a really nice read. And the last one that I'd like to recommend for today, it's not a total romance, it's more to science fiction, young adult kind of thing, but I absolutely love it, and it is 1,000 Pieces of You. Just look at the cover. The cover is just gorgeous. It's just, I just can't give it the proper word to justify how beautiful it is. I just absolutely love everything about the cover. Even the back cover is just really nice. So I just really love this book, not only for the cover of course. The story itself is really interesting because it's talking about interdimensional traveling, and it raises up a lot of issues while you're reading it, and the romance is also pretty good. I just really love this book. I would recommend it to anyone. However, there are some readers who are quite young who can't really grasp the concepts pretty well. It is a bit confusing at first, so I'd recommend it to older readers who would like an adventure in romance, in science fiction, totally a book for you. You should totally read it. This is one of my favorite books so far this year. I would totally read it again, and I really hope they make a movie out of this. I think it would be pretty awesome. So yeah, this is one of my favorites so far. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm recommending for this time around. If you have any specific genre that you'd like me to recommend my favorite books from it, just leave me a comment or personal message or anything, and I'll try and see if I can gather out some books and recommend to you guys. So yeah, I'd like to do this more often because I don't think it's fun to just do book hauls. I want to share what I'm reading as well, what I've enjoyed. So I really hope that you guys are into that as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!